Easy guys, Careless here, and welcome to another episode, a review / discussion, where we're going to talk about episode 89, An Unknown Beauty Appears, the Tien style dojo mystery. Now, what can we say about this episode? Apart from surprisingly average, I didn't really think it was super good. It was alright, it was a good story. I mean, standalone episode, pretty good. I mean, it starts off with Goku trying to find Tien. He goes to see Master Roshi, and he finds out that Master Roshi is at Tienshin's dojo, which, from the way it's put forward, is that Goku didn't know much about it. So he flies off to go find him, obviously what with his ability to sense energies, easy enough, and goes there. And that's when we cut to his dojo, where everyone looks like him. Now, I know there was a running gag through Dragon Ball, and if you're a fan of the old stuff, you'll know that they paying a lot of homage to Dragon Ball in Dragon Ball Super. So the shaving of heads was a reference to Krillin. I don't know if it was direct or indirect, but he makes a point of the reason why Krillin has all his hair removed, because that's what Master Roshi did, and that's how he's so strong. Of course, that's not the case. Master Roshi's just bald, but it looks like his students have taken the same approach with Tien. I don't know, like maybe there's more to it than that, but I thought that was what was going on. I thought that was really cool. And of course, we see Master Roshi, who's a little annoyed that there are no sexy women here. So the first third of this episode is just Master Roshi being a straight up pervert, and I mean like, he's always been like haha kind of pervy, but like this is like early Dragon Ball, like super perv. So it was nice to see that he gets his comeuppance a little later in the episode. Obviously, we get a quick cut from here to really what the cool part of this episode is. We finally get confirmation that Caulifla, as I believe the name is pronounced, and Kale are two separate beings. So the person we saw in last episode, who I presumed was going to end up being the female Broly character, is actually a different character altogether. Now, there had been rumours of this floating throughout the week, but there had been no real confirmation until this episode. See, this was really cool, because you got to see Cabba start acting a little like Vegeta. Now, I don't know if anyone again noticed that when they were giving Cabba shit, Cabba just powered up and it knocked him flying back. This is something we've seen Vegeta do before, so I'm wondering if there's a little bit of mentor-protege kind of similarity kicking in here. I really like that. I really was like, I see what you did there. As for Caulifla, I don't know what they're doing with her character, and of course we didn't get to see Kale speak. We did get to see her do so far her iconic pose, which we've seen in a lot of the trailers before she transforms. So that bit was really cool. And then we cut back to the story with what's going on with Goku and Tien. And we find out that actually the hot chick that had turned up in the first part of the episode, who really wasn't that important, character by the name of Urine, had actually been a member of the Crane dojo from back in Dragon Ball, and actually was on like I guess kind of a revenge mission, because she felt like she'd been left alone, or who she calls the three-eyed Baldy, which I think is quite funny. I mean, it's weird, she's quite petulant, but really her character's age must be like mid-30s at this point. At the youngest she could be is the same age as Chaozu. So it's a bit weird. It looks like she decided to, rather than master martial arts, she's taken a witchcraft direction, which is implied to be similar to martial arts, but we've never really seen that play out. She finds a way to mind control everyone and sends them to destroy the town to create some disrepute for Tien, which of course works to a fair degree. And that's when Master Roshi, Tien, and Goku go down there to fight them. Now, this is where I was talking about earlier when I said that Master Roshi gets his comeuppance. He tells the Goku and Tien to go and save his students who'd been mind controlled, and he goes to fight Urine, who earlier he'd convinced to wear this like short mini skirt thing. Again, a reference, if you saw what he did to Launch back in Dragon Ball, you'll see that there's a lot of similarities to that kind of story being played out here, which is kind of funny. Well, anyway, she does trip over and ends up flashing her stripy panties. which of course got a cheap laugh because, you know, I'm a guy, this is a chick, there's a panties joke. I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry, I cracked a joke. I cracked a laugh. But finally Master Roshi gets a comeuppance for all his perviness. He gets kicked right in the dick. I mean, like, that's got to have hurt. And in doing so, actually out-colds him, and then he ends up getting mind-controlled. And good. We got to finally see a flaw in his pervy nature that actually kind of dealt him a blow. Like, that's his weakness. So we've seen every character has a weakness, whether it be, I don't know, Goku's overconfidence, or Vegeta's being too tense, or Krillin's fear, like he lets his cowardice get too much of him. And now we've seen the same with Master Roshi. Even though he's been around for, like, I don't know, like 300 years or something stupid by this point, he still has a weakness that he has yet to overcome. And we get to see him finally fight Tien. Now, this is the part of the episode where I thought it could have been great, but really it just kind of felt like average to me. Not because the rest of the episode wasn't good, it was, but because ultimately Goku saves the day again. Now, I know I keep saying it's the Goku show, and that's because it is. But every character in the lead up to the Tournament of Power have had one bit of an episode where they really, really shined. So you had Android 17 showing off some badassness against the aliens in space. You had Android 18, I guess, defending Krillin's honor. You had Krillin overcoming his fear and learning how to get stronger, and so forth. Like, there are a few other, like, really good scenes. And I thought this episode was really going to focus on Tien's, like, growth, like how he's become more than he was. And I really felt like that just didn't happen. He did show off some old techniques, like his Fist of Four Arms, which was really cool, but we didn't get to see his I always butcher this, Kikoho. We didn't get to see that, his Tri-Beam. We didn't get to see his splitting of forms, although to be fair, Piccolo's kind of taken that on and made that more of his own thing. We didn't get to see any of these. And I really thought that was a missed opportunity. Goku steps in, tells them to, like, you know, to step back, and he ends up fighting. Now, I guess this is to show that Goku is the pinnacle of the strength that Universe 7 has. And I get that, I do. But by not letting really anyone fight him, like he's the benchmark everyone's got to attain, I don't know, it's a shame. It's just a damn shame that they took that route when they could have done something greater than that. Anyway, Tienshin convinces, well, just asks Chaozu to kind of use his ability to, like, distract Urine. And Goku does a big-ass slow Kamehameha from space, which manages to break the tag that's protecting, like, that's mind-controlling Master Roshi. Which is pretty cool. And Master Roshi did survive the shot, and actually Goku went toe-to-toe with Master Roshi in base form, as in Master Roshi's been training in secret, much like Android 17 has. So it looks like nobody's really been, like, laying on their laurels during the era of peace, or whatever the hell they're calling this now. And really, in the end, Tien agrees to join the tournament. He's agreeing because Goku's telling everyone they're going to get money, and Tien wants to use this to help repair the damage that Urine did to the town that he's now residing in. And Master Roshi's like, yeah, I'll join, 10 million Zenny, cool, I'm in as well. Which, I don't know, maybe that's because Master Roshi's just kind of like that. I thought they would have done something more with it, but we now have all our 10 heroes, and that's the end of the episode. We did get, obviously, our sneaky peek of episode 90, and this is the episode I'm looking forward to. Although I just said that I'm tired of seeing Goku as the benchmark, I do want to see them all fighting together, and that's what we actually got in the trailer. We got to see Tien getting his ass kicked, shocker. We got to see Mystic Gohan going against what appears to be Super Saiyan 2 Goku, as well as Piccolo powering up. It looks like we're going to get to see them all together for one time just before the tournament starts. And I'm really interested to see what techniques or abilities or how we're going to benchmark all the heroes before the tournament. And of course, like I said, I felt this episode was pretty average. They could have done more with it. But really, this is like the lull before, like, the climb for greatness. So I kind of understand why they've done it. Now, of course, if you enjoyed this video, and you liked it, please leave a like and a subscribe. But more importantly, I've got a question for you. Who do you think is going to get a sucker punch on Goku next episode? Because in my humble opinion, somebody's going to knock him off his high horse. Because so far nobody has. And I really think somebody's going to manage to like sucker punch him next episode. So I'd be interested to know what you think on that. And of course, I'll catch you next week. Peace.